tonight, you know, better probably than it has all season. And really proud of our new guys, our freshmen. You know, to really score like that and have our season high assists was because the ball moved. And we talked to our guys a lot about that because we're next to last or last in our league in assists. And so what does that mean? It's too much one-on-one, the ball's not moving, and we're not getting the ball deep in the lane and at the rim. So that changed a little bit tonight. And we did it really without Matt having a huge night, Omega having a huge night, and Paul, our veteran guys. We did it with a lot of the new guys. So I'm really pleased to see Trey Wade and Isaiah play so well.
About first half, just talk about what changed in that second half for you guys.
Not really anything. It just we just said, you know, we're getting good shots in the first at halftime. We don't need to change and do anything crazy offensively. I felt like the shots would drop. O just didn't have it going, so we made a move with Isaiah, and that helped. He felt good. The big message at halftime was the rebound, the glass. Just you got to go crush it. They were killing us and coming out of nowhere, and I thought really just mauling our guys and they came from behind, slapping, and that's what they do, and that's okay. You know, they play hard, and I give them credit. And I give them credit for playing hard. I told their coach, you know, with that record they have, that they have continued to fight that hard is very impressive. And I really like their coach, Scott Perry. And he's a good person and an excellent coach. But that was really the biggest message at halftime. The adjustment was rebounding. But like I said, I didn't think we needed to change the offense because they just weren't following. And we got good looks.
What's going on with Keith Frazier?
Keith is on an indefinite leave of absence. He and I talked. He's got some issues, and that's where it is. And you know, the door's open to come back, and we'll see.
Do you expect him back?
Yes. At some point, yes.
Is it anything to do team-wise, or is this
I'm just
personal
going to leave it.
matter?
I'm just going to leave it where it is. It's kind of personal, and there's some personal issues going on, and really, I don't think I'm allowed to even talk about some of them, but I just have to leave it at that.
Where does this put your team now? A big win after a devastating loss the other night.
Well, you know, I think it helped. We should have won the other night, and I kicked myself for that, obviously, and we didn't play particularly well down the stretch. But you got to move on, and hey, our players were great about that. You know, they're the ones talking about moving on. Let's move on. And I probably, you know, and so typical of coaches, we hold on to it too long, more than the players, and sometimes that's a bad thing. And players can forget a loss and easier than coaches, and they did.
42 points off the bench. How good is that to see when you get that type of production?
No, it's just, you know, I think that there's a reason we scored more points because the ball moved. And when you shoot with your feet set and you're expecting the ball to be moved to you, you make more shots. And versus just going one-on-one and trying to force a shot, those shots go in. That's why you see so much screen and roll in the NBA. They figured out, the coaches have figured out, guys shoot better, stand still with their feet set than they do off the move. And that's why, and I don't like watching it because nobody moves anymore, but you do shoot the ball better when your feet are set and you're stationary versus moving, and particularly in college.
Did this team respond the way that you wanted them to respond?
Yes, absolutely. We had a really good practice yesterday. Today we came over for an hour and filmed. I thought it was outstanding. The attention to detail and the game plan was great. I thought Jake Vlaggert even. You look at a guy that had 2 baskets but did a job. He and Touchette guarding their best player, and I don't know what he ended up having. K-Shaw. I thought they did a good job, even if he had 17, you know, but they were a tough 17.
Without Keith, how does this kind of change things again? As your leading scorer, obviously a good rebounder, a good talent. How does that maybe change things rotational wise?
I don't know. We're gonna figure out how to go play without him, and I do think that we played really good team basketball tonight. And my focus right now, and listen, I'm interested in Keith Frazier's well-being. You know, that's number one, and I'm interested in our team's well-being. And so that's part of this whole thing. But how we move on is I think kind of reflected we saw the early signs tonight of the ball moving very well and not getting stuck in somebody's hands and calling for a screen and roll or isolation or whatever. We just continue to be a good ball moving team, and I think consequently you end up with 14 assists, which I think 2 or 3 games ago, we had 5 in a loss. And you just can't, I think we're near I was reading Jeff's notes today, we were near the bottom in the entire country in assists. And I think it's the first time in school history.
I didn't put that in there.
Well, something to that effect, that we were we hadn't, since 1902, we haven't had 4 assists back to back, something like that. But it was bad, whatever it was, but it's a fact. I'm not blaming you, Jeff, trust me, I'm not, but it's a I read it to the team. We need to pass the ball more and assist more, find the open guy better, hit the open teammate, pass it to the guy that's wearing the same color jersey you are, not the other team's jersey.
Where do you kind of move forward now? You just had 9 straight at home, and now you kind of go on the road. Where do you want to see improvements, and how do you kind of make that adjustment from home to on the road?
I told our guys, we have been a good defensive club. And evident of our field goal percentage defense in the league, we're second right now. And I think it's 38 or something like that. And that's pretty good. We're last in assists. We're last in field goal percentage. We're near the bottom in rebounds. Those 3 areas we had to clean up. Our rebounding in the last 2 games, we out-rebounded North Texas and we out-rebounded Rice. Now, they're not La Tech and they're not UAB and they're not Middle Tennessee. I get that. But we've gotten better with that. We got better with the assists. Our field goal percentage went up to 55%, which is a season high because the ball moved. And so those areas, the 4 areas, Garden, which again, we held somebody at 36% tonight. That's good. Rebounding, we out-rebound. Assists was better, and in the turnovers, under 10. So those 4 things there, those are the 4 common things we continue to preach, and they've all gotten better, so I'm real proud of that. And I take that on the road, it's all a different story. We'll see how that goes.